Hello humans, I'm Yo Schiller. Let me start off this video by stating that this is not a speculation video, nor is it a things I want to see in the next Smash Brothers game video. Instead, I'm going to do something a little different. If anything, this is a video of praise. This video will talk about things that we've already seen as I comment on everything that Sakurai is doing, and how Masahiro Sakurai is a genius. I'm not here to show you guys what Sakurai is doing, but why he's doing it. No, I'm not just doing this to kiss up to the creators of the game. I'm doing this because I figure everyone else is doing a speculation video, or something along those lines, and I've decided to give my own opinions on what the next Super Smash Bros. Installments are going to be like. Besides, you guys have stated that you guys like it when I sit down and give my opinions on things, so I guess I'll just do it again. So, let's begin with the discussion of Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. So, hopefully you guys will believe everything I'm saying. I hope to one day become a game designer at Nintendo, and as such, I've done vast amounts of research on game design and animation. I've read books, watched behind-the-scenes videos and all of that, so I know the basics of a lot of the process. Making a video game is a lot of work, but it's easy or difficult depending on the director of the project and the employees helping to make it. With a game like Super Smash Bros., Masahiro Sakurai has plenty of ethos. That's ethic appeal, for those of you that don't know. What I mean by this is that Sakurai already has a great background in game design with creating Kirby and all that, and as such, he is an ideal choice to lead a project like Super Smash Bros. With any game, a specific team of designers and developers are chosen to help make it, and Sakurai chose an ideal team consisting of Nintendo employees and Namco Bandai employees. Together, they form what I will refer to as the Smash Team. Now, most people refer to the Smash Team as just Sakurai. They say Sakurai does this, Sakurai does that, when it's really Sakurai and the Smash Team. This is mainly because Sakurai is the one calling the shots while the Smash Team makes it happen. As such, if there's any praise, Sakurai receives it. At the same time, if there's any hate, Sakurai also receives that. But because this is a video of praise, I'm here to talk about what Sakurai has so geniusly done so far. I shall start off by talking about the reveal of the game. Yes, a game's trailer is supposed to appeal to an audience and spark some sort of interest from them. The best way to do this is with surprise, and that's just what this trailer did. It started off by making most people believe that this was an Animal Crossing game, as it transitioned into an epic montage of Nintendo franchises. Then, when you thought the trailer was over, Mega Man was revealed, causing another applause from the audience and all that. At a later event, Wii Fit Trainer was also revealed after everyone thought that the video was initially just a trailer for Wii Fit U. All surprises, and, all in all, this is video game teasing at its best. Now, Sakurai didn't have to show a trailer this year. They didn't show Zelda when they could have, they didn't show Yarn Yoshi. Sakurai didn't have to have the Smash Team animate specific things either. These things were just shown in this trailer and will probably never be shown again. But they did, because they know people's expectations for these games are high, and they want to attract a proper audience. With that said, a lot of questions have been raised about current characters in the game. Obviously, these aren't all the characters in the game, but I shall attempt to answer some of the questions that I've seen thus far. First of all, why the Villager, Mega Man, and Wii Fit Trainer? Where's, I don't know, some other character that's always been wanted? I don't want to name anybody because I don't want to flame anybody. But, before anybody complains, I think the Wii Fit Trainer is a great character. I mean, she's a new female character and she represents another franchise. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Here's the thing. Super Smash Bros. Is somewhat of a series representer. What I mean by this is that Super Smash Bros. Is attempting to involve as many popular franchises as possible, whether it be playable character, stage, trophy, you get the idea. As such, the 3 new characters shown are all popular characters that would be recognizable to an average Nintendo fan, and not just a hardcore Nintendo fan. Many people know the Animal Crossing villager because Animal Crossing has been skyrocketing in sales recently. Just look at New Leaf. Many people know Mega Man because he was the second most wanted third-party character in Brawl, only behind Sonic the Hedgehog. And as for the Wii Fit Trainer, whether you like it or not, many people do know who this is. And Sakurai, as he said, was pretty sure nobody saw her coming, yet millions of people know who this character is. That is smart. In addition to all of the franchises shown at the beginning of the trailer, now we have an added bonus of games. With 3 different series being represented, in addition to all the previous series shown in this trailer, Smash Bros. Is becoming more and more diverse. And that's a good thing. Trust me. It's a smart play by Sakurai and the Smash Team. Here's another thing. Super Smash Bros. Melee focused more on adding characters to installments that had already been represented in the previous Smash Bros. Game. Instead of having 1 or 2 characters per franchise like the original game had, Melee focused more on expanding the already existing franchises rather than introducing new franchises. True, Melee introduced franchises such as Ice Climber and Fire Emblem, but most of the new characters were add-ons to previous franchises. Peach, Bowser, and Dr. Mario were all new characters, but they were all considered as Super Mario. Zelda, Sheik, Ganondorf, and Young Link were all new characters, but they were all part of Zelda. See what I mean? As with Brawl, well, Brawl did a little bit of both. It added several new franchises such as Pikmin, Kid Icarus, WarioWare, and Sonic the Hedgehog, while also adding characters of previous franchises such as Meta Knight, Zero Suit Samus, Lucas, and Pokemon Trainer. This is great, as Super Smash Bros. Is supposed to be the ultimate mix of Nintendo characters. The more franchises that are thrown into the mix, the better. The problem is that Nintendo's major franchises are already represented in Super Smash Bros. All the hotshot characters are pretty much already there. So Sakurai had to get a little bit creative. Now, there were some other franchises that could have been shown in the Super Smash Bros. Trailer, but Animal Crossing, Mega Man, and I guess it's Wii Fit were chosen because they were the most popular. They could have easily taken an NES retro character like Mike Jones from Star Tropics, or a character from a more modern game such as Shulk from Xenoblade, but I think they made a right decision with the characters they chose. Now, to answer another question raised, where's Yoshi? Now, Yoshi's my favorite video game character, but I'm not offended in the slightest that he wasn't shown in this trailer. He wasn't shown in Brawl's trailer. I know, they showed all the already unlocked characters from the original Smash Bros. Game in this trailer, and I know Yoshi is the only one missing, but I'm pretty sure that the answer is obvious. To put it simply, he's most likely not ready to be shown. The Smash team probably hasn't finished programming him, if they've even started on him. Now, that kind of leads into this next question. Why was Bowser shown? The way I see it, there's 2 reasons. One reason is that Bowser was first introduced in Super Smash Bros. Melee, and with Pit first appearing in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, we get at least one character that debuted in each Smash Bros. Game. The second would be that Bowser's moveset and style have drastically changed. Obviously, Sakurai took the time to explain Bowser's differences in an interview, which is most likely why they showed Bowser over a character from Melee, or just Yoshi. In summary, it's just another genius move from Sakurai and the Smash team. Now, here's another question that has been raised from people. Why was the art style changed? What happened to it being realistic and fierce? Now it's cartoony. Well, this isn't a complaint, but more of a curiosity question that I've seen from people. In fact, most people, including myself, really like it. I know that Sakurai has already stated that the standard colors look much better in HD, which is true, but I also think that it's just easier to texture a character that way. You see, when you create a character in a 3-dimensional field in the program or something, what you're creating is called a model. The skin color, the hair color, the clothing color, all those colors that you put on the character are called a texture. It's much easier to color a section of the model with just 1 or 2 colors than to have to adjust the color to proper shading and edit the hues of a character in a model. They both look good, but this way it's much easier. So texturing a character with basic colors such as red, blue, and green are much easier and it looks pretty. Simplicity and beauty? Genius, Sakurai, genius! Now, a lot of people have been talking about the title of the game, so allow me to justify it. The new games are called just Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. I truly believe that the names are just as good as Super Smash Bros. Melee and Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And here's why. Super Smash Bros. Is the name of the game in several regions of the world, but not in Japan, which is where the game is made. For instance, the original Nintendo 64 game is called Nintendo All-Star Daironto Smash Bros. And Super Smash Bros. Melee is called Daironto Smash Bros. Deluxe. Sorry if I offended anybody. Super Smash Bros. Brawl is called Smash Bros. X. Now, here's the thing. What kind of name are you going to give after Smash Bros. X? The letter X means all sorts of things depending on the use. It can mean cross, it can mean do not, or it can mean something such as extreme or ultimatum. Either way, I find it difficult to think of a name for the next game. In Japan, anyway. You guys might have ideas, but simply specifying the name of the system that the game is on is an option. I mean, Nintendo's done it all the time. Just look at Mario Kart. And at the same time, this name is universal. It's not a name that needs to be translated necessarily. It's just Smash Bros. For 3DS, Smash Bros. For Wii U, And it's simple, and simplicity is the key. Trust me on that. Think of it this way. Let's say I'm talking to a friend named Ralph. Ralph and I play Super Smash Bros. Brawl all the time, and anytime I wish to play with Ralph, I ask him, "Hey Ralph, would you like to brawl?" With these next installments of Super Smash Bros., the question now becomes, "Hey Ralph, would you like to play Smash Bros. For 3DS?" Another way of looking at it is this way. Let's say you're talking to a general population of people who know what video games are, but they didn't know too many specifics about them. If one person were to ask you what your favorite video game is, you might say something like, "Oh, I love playing Super Smash Bros. For my Wii." Additionally, with these games being the 4th installment in the series, these titles could have a clever way of being called Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Eh? Aren't I clever? No, okay, well I tried. Either way, I still think that this is a very clever move on Sakurai's part. It's simplistic, and it works. Now, we all know that there's going to be connectivity between the 3DS and Wii U versions of the game. This was announced before the game was even in development. We also know that you won't be able to battle between the two, though, as in one person playing on the 3DS can't play against someone on the Wii U. It makes sense, it's harder to program, and I know that this may put frowns on people's faces, but think about it this way. This way, you get 2 unique Smash Bros. Games instead of 1, so you have a different experience. The connectivity between the two just adds to the excitement, like it should, but it shouldn't be just a game ported over to another console, if that makes sense. It's not required, and one version doesn't have to be dragged down in order for it to work with the other. It's also easier on the developers that if they're making 2 separate games, then they should make 2 separate games on 2 separate systems, rather than 1 game on 2 separate systems. Sakurai also already showed us that the games will have different stages, which further adds to the differences between the 2 games, and Sakurai also made mention of customization. Now that's exciting. Most people think that this means changing a character's moveset or making one attack stronger than the other, which I don't think is the case. I think this customization more so refers to options, player data, and, if it comes back, custom stages. Here's what I mean. So the 3DS's Street Pass application is a major hit. Just look at Find Me. That's like the one seller of the system. With games such as Mario Kart 7 and Mario Tennis Open, there are options where one can easily battle against a computer player because the game takes note of a player's playstyle. So when you pass another person, that person's basically battling you without you actually being there. I can easily see something like street passing someone on the 3DS and then transferring that data to my Wii U and playing them there. Or perhaps I can register someone on my 3DS's friend roster and then register that data on my Wii U. And if they bring back the stage builder, then I can easily see someone creating a stage on the Wii U and transferring it to his or her 3DS. Or vice versa. The only way I see that there's character customization without throwing off the character balancing issues that they're working really hard on is if there's an adventure mode in both games. I know that's pushing it, but that's the only way I see character customization at all. This is because Brawl allowed you to upgrade a character in the Subspace Emissary through the use of stickers, and you'd find stickers just in random matches you'd play with other people. If the Smash team creates a new adventure mode and brings back that aspect, then I can see data transferring of customizable characters. Regardless of whatever this customization is, I do think it's smart that Sakurai and his Smash team will attempt to do something like it at all. It's not easy, but I can applaud them for it. Now, it seems like the Wii U version is a lot more developed than the 3DS version, and that makes sense. It's the first time that Super Smash Bros. Is being developed for a handheld system, and it's also a lot easier to develop for a console anyway. Sakurai stated that the 3DS version of the game may come out later, and that's fine by me, but if he needs to cancel it altogether, then I completely understand. Other fans may not, but I can understand that working on 2 games is already hard enough, whether they be the same game or not. Now, it's not Sakurai's first time developing for the 3DS. That goes to Kid Icarus Uprising, which he began developing before the release of the 3DS system. Sakurai, from what it seems, is good buddies with Nintendo's president Satoru Iwata, and while canceling the 3DS game may hurt Nintendo sales, I think that Iwata would understand any stress that Sakurai may have attained. I mean, after all, if one character doesn't work, everyone gets annoyed, and if one character is more strong than the other, then everyone gets annoyed. Though Sakurai seems like a pretty calm guy based on his appearance, he does say that creating Smash can be stressful at times. Though Sakurai has been known to push a game and the system it's on to their limits. He did this with Kid Icarus Uprising in the 3DS, he did this with Super Smash Bros. Brawl on the Wii, he did this with Super Smash Bros. Melee on the GameCube, heck, he did this with Kirby's Adventure on the NES, and I still think that game is fun. I'm pretty sure Sakurai can push both the 3DS and Wii U to their limits if he needs to, especially with the Smash team working so furiously on them. I don't mean to put pressure on Sakurai and the Smash team, but I know that they are planning things and performing the right strategies in order to assure a successful launch for both of these games. People will buy these games, as the fan base for the series is so strong and dedicated. Heck, you could release the games for what it is right now for $50 and people will still buy it. Even if these games are a total flop, at least we would know that Sakurai and the Smash team put a lot of effort into making these games possible, and we'd know that they tried their best to make it fun and entertaining for a large audience. Though, I think that Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Super Smash Bros. For Wii U will be alright. After all, Sakurai is a genius.